Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Tonbridge here in Train Classic. We are in 59101 Heidelberg materials. On the back, we've got some HHAs, some JJAs, and yeah, and that's it, because all the other ones were gone for be cut up. It's a shame the texture's not the same, but anyway. This is Tonbridge, so we've got West Yard, so you can see you've got 377 in Jubilee sidings, and you've got the HYA dumped in West Yard, IOAs, JNAs, a little bit of a bookend here of the Class 66s, because you've got 66779 and on the back roads 66701. Anyway, this is another route learning video. I absolutely love the way West Yard looks with these new 66s in. It makes such a difference to have like properly done reskins of 66s. And obviously 739, which we'll be driving soon for a video actually, I think. Oh, we're going to be getting the road soon. So let's set this train up. So reverse it goes forward. Because we're on level green, we'll let the train brake off and just hold it on the loco brake. Now we've got the road now, so we'll quickly set up our lights. So go H for headlights, J for markers. So this is the Class 59. This is the first time I've driven it on the channel, and this is actually very similar vibe-wise to the Class 66. However, it's not a Class 66. They look incredibly similar, especially the top half, but the bottom half is very different. And 59s are designed to move pretty much anything. They're basically the stronger cousin of the 66, and they're the originals. So they, like the actual story of, by the way, it's a 30 limit that we're in due to the 2/3 rule. Yeah, it's as much power as I can take right now without over amping it. They are basically, what happened was, I believe that Hanson Aggregates needed a shunter for one of the quarries they run, and there was nothing on the British market, so they went to EMD and got an SW1000. It's still around there, there's still photos of it, it looks really weird. And then they went, well, this shunter's pretty good. It's far more than the British turning out. Can they build us a 59? Well, mainline loco when they were starting to be allowed to run them. And basically that is the origin story for the Class 59s. I'll allow that one. Obviously we go into a 60 now, through the 2/3 rule, which we're a Class 6, so a 60 Tom X. So you've got a lovely long rake on there. G5 will probably be that's probably shorter than it should be. But we're going to Allington today, which is down on the MEDWAY Valley line, and this is the route that the trains do take. They start at Watley Quarry, come down the Great Western into London, down the North London line to Clapham, then down to Red Hill along the Brighton Main, hang a left here at Tonbridge, and we are doing very much sort of the last leg of that journey. Like I said, I'm loving just the stock variety we have in Train Sim right now, because I've even managed to populate the engineered sidings here at Tonbridge with appropriate MPVs, which is of course the Gold Star Trains MPV. We've driven that once on the channel. I would like to run it again at some point, to be fair. Just got a couple of them randomly sort of spawned in there. And an orange SWT one. Probably wouldn't have the sample friends on, but any more actually no, I've got lots. So notch 7 now, pretty much full power. I love, so these are the AR HHAs, and I'm not sure, can't remember who made the JJAs now, potentially them as well. Or is it TSRS? I can't actually remember the JJAs. But HHAEs, which is what these are basically cut down HHA coal hoppers. So these have 2 hoppers, whereas the HHAs, I guess, have 3. Basically the middle one gets cut out and then they just weld the basically 2 cuts down the middle, take the middle out and weld it back together. The reason for that is we don't load trains by mass, we load them by weight. And they were designed to carry coal. so therefore they're designed to carry quite a bit of what is a low density material, so like all the brake ring, suspension, and that kind of stuff. So basically, just to simplify the process, what we do is we load the middle out, and then you can fully load them with aggregate and not have any issues. Full power now. Quick to the 59, sorry, I know I said 66. It's very similar to a 66 cab there, so you can sort of see there's some things different, like the engine stop controls, prime, fire button. CSR, this doesn't have a GSMR, it's a very old model this now. Power handle, reverser, gen fuel controls, speed, brake pipe pressure, brake cylinder pressure, main res. Park brake, goods timings, we're in goods because some of the HAAs do use goods, but also, even if they don't, it's quite an interesting challenge to use goods timings. Yeah. Over here, basically this is 66 control, except you sort of move the headlight control like that. No, you don't. There's not like a dial to select what you want. You basically turn your marks on and headlights on separate. And then brake control, so I can kick it over at fast timings as I have there, which you wouldn't be able to do on the move, I believe, in a normal train. But it's a train sim, so who cares? Anyway, what else do we have? We have horn. Exactly the same in and out of the cab, no muffling at all there. We've got the direct brake, emergency brake plunger, so local brake, sorry, train brake, sand, AWS, hazard flashes, basically what that does. And then that's the cab of the 59 basically. Obviously up here you've got your headlight repeaters. So you've got the headlights in night mode. There you go, got them in day mode now. You can see the flashes ahead. It's a 20 limit, I believe, as we cross over onto the MEDWAY Valley line. So the MEDWAY Valley line, if we continued all the way down it, would take us to sort of Gravesend. Well, Strood first, technically. And then around the corner at Gravesend, you've got the high speed one if you wanted. So yeah, quite a bit of variety there. And obviously you can just continue around the South Kent line, which is what the way this train will go. When it goes back out, it doesn't reverse at Allington. We actually reverse the train into Allington sidings, and then it leaves forward, and it'll continue down to Who Junction probably for a crew change, and then basically around South London down that way, and off to back off to the West Country to be loaded up again. So we are going to go up to about 50 today. This train is actually remarkably heavy. We've got 1, 17, 18 wagons on, and each one weighs, so we're going to go for the HHS, so it's slightly lighter, I believe, 25 tons. So 10 would be, no, 77 tons, thank you. So 77 times 18, whatever that means, whatever that comes to, about 1,000 tons. Whoops. About 1,400 tons, which is actually quite light for a freight train, but oh well. Well, not quite light, but it's about average, not particularly heavy one. But the locals are struggling to get past 50, which as far as I'm aware is probably quite accurate because these things will pull quite hard. But yeah, like at slow speeds, but then at the top end it'll drop off. I think they were designed for 45 mile/hour freights, so yeah, they can technically do 60, but practically probably not. Well, sorry, technically they can do it, practically not with a freight on problem. That's what I'm trying to say. You can see the good timings, the basic, but I haven't got to run. Basically, this is designed for the old sort of freight wagons, which are like, seem not permanent coupled to each other. Fit and permanent coupled, they are loose coupled with chains, so basically stops jostling. Because if you're running a, say, brake of 60 OBAs, so like you know, which is not impossible. Proper long train that. By the time the brakes at the front are on, the back mashed into the front, the air's not travelled up there yet to put them on, and you can eventually get it around. It's a theory. I slowed down much too soon there. Oh well. I'm just grabbing a sip of my drink. Yeah, I slowed down much too soon. Oh look, passenger time increases. Yeah, I should have been going a lot quicker. Oh well. You know what? There's a performance implication to this, but it's probably not that much. It just feels embarrassing. That was a 40 anyway. Wonderful. No, it's a 30 to go around though. So this is Paddock Wood Station. So if we were to continue straight ahead, we'd end up in Ashford. But like I say, we aren't going to Ashford today. We are going down into Kent on the Medway Valley line. So we've got a 30 here, so yeah, we can advance up to 30. Now remember the 2/3 rule, 25. So the 2/3 rule here is a bit strange. So the 2/3 rule would cover 2/3 of the line speed of that line. So the Medway Valley line goes up to 45. So I'm absolutely fine sitting at 30, which is 2/3, and 30 is what I would set at all day basic on here. So just leave it thrashing away to itself. Got a horn, a W board. I'll give you like pizza. Yeah, sure as I'm pulling past that 25 now, but no, it's 35 near enough. Let's call that fine. No, we're going for 30. Because we're actually going to start going downhill momentarily, I'm just going to the power off at 27. And then just modulate it with brakes. So you can see, there's a freight service we'll have 45 here because we've got the 2 speed changes. That's fine. So I'm actually going to accelerate fully to 45. So that would be our highest reliable speed. So basically, if there is no speed limits like that, we would be limited to 2/3 of the mainline speed rule, which is 50, which is still, call it 35. So yeah. There's lots of whistle boards on this line as well, so lots of horn usage. We have actually been down here before in a 66, but it was conveying a multiple unit back from refurbishment between 2 barriers. So I thought, let's do it with a proper freight train. It's got to be a freight train, maybe. It's got to be a diesel locomotive. That is a good song, that. Anyway, we are going for 45 because we've got I keep saying pacer speeds, but they're not pacer speed limits, they are multi-unit limits. So I'm coming towards the end of my annual leave now. I say the end of my annual leave. I'm back at work on Tuesday. It's now Friday, and it's been okay. It has been an okay 2 weeks off. To be honest, I've mainly just been resting, and I wanted to go somewhere, but I also just yeah, I've just not really wanted to. I was thinking about it the other day, like, where should I go today? And I just don't want to go anywhere. I'm probably going to go to Heat and Open Day tomorrow. I might try and vlog that or like take some photos. But other than that, I've been volunteering with a charity, which is quite fun, indeed. And I'm not really going to talk about that too much because that's something I want to keep separate to YouTubing because it's quite a sensitive one, but it's quite a good one. And everyone that I've told what charity just goes, "Oh, it's quite good." Like an "Oh." So I'm just going to slow it off here. I'll leave it to 30. So also when I'm driving the 59, I'm trying to not go beyond 4 bar the brake pressure because 4 bar is a full service brake application. If I remember it here, no, I haven't. It's a 45. I'm an idiot. Oh well. I saw someone on the platform. That's why I slowed down. You've got another 7 for now. Oh, that was a bit weird. So let's do Darth Vader horns because I'm bored now. Yep, still go. I'm going to overramp it, so it's fine. She can take it. So this is some sort of tip sidings, which I can't remember the name of. Let's have a look. We're going to Allington, so that's where we're going to. And we're up here still. Peckham tip. So basically, there used to be a basically a rubbish pile that would come from London and dump it on. So this was the 30. Yeah, so I was wondering, that was the 30. I was just too, well, 20. It was just too early for it. We'll leave it in idle. Just sort of rumble down the line. It's just after the next station. And to be honest with you, I was quite impressed that I recognised it, that I was going to have to brake. So according to the railway rulebook, I'm only required to give 1 turn on the switch there. But I give 2 turns because that way there's no doubt that it's a train and not some sort of lorry. And here comes the 66 with a bunch of sleepers. And these are people that are howling, and they're basically used for HS2. So it trips the train out into 2 loads to Who Junction, and then couples them together and takes them forward somewhere. Can't quite remember where. But basically, so that driver, we're on MEDWAY line, so he's going to go around, and basically that line there. So it'll be, yeah, basically trips around to there, and then comes back, and then does it again. So just the kind of circular, basically. Oh crikey! Set the brakes off nice and fast. It's a nice little train he's got on. Oh, so that's obviously the EP662 and the fast line supercars. We've also on here, of course, got the HHAs. I love the dust effect that comes off them as you drive. That's an effect I wish you had in more trains. don't know what that clicking sound is. Something in the cab. Obviously, clicked on 45 manual. And go, whatever happened is fixing it. So I guess next major station I pass through will be Maidstone West. Nope. Clicking's back. Presume it must be something with the throttle controller. Yeah, these are, I'd say, quite powerful locos, the 59s. I've actually find I've driven one on the channel. I've had them for ages. I've quite liked them for ages, so I just never had an excuse to drive one. But no, I didn't. This is a proper reskin pack. I can't remember the name of the creator. I'll give you linked in the scenario in the description down below. Now I need to go and record some boring ass. Well, not boring ass. Some fun little words are hard. Just with the train stopped, I just hit the horns, going past. 375-3 there. These are what we're run the Medway Valley line now. That scenario is sort of a linear future, I guess, scenario. But again, we're also using obviously the North First Class variants of the Class 375s. Got a 45, but we're going downhill, so I'm just going to ease it up to that. I do love that. We are literally holding speed, and I'm not got any power in whatsoever. So I've had this DLC for, I think it was Secretary Satan, yes. Quite funny. So what we'll do is we'll just run it 35. I won't actually go back up to 40. Who runs this? Oh. So, I've got to what I'm doing tomorrow. Either I'm going to go next thing to McNeil. So I've got get up there quite cheap. I'll figure out the cost, figure out the affordability of it all. How would that look? 66s, including 708, Savo cleaning. When a license for 45, once you get through the it doesn't have a train length. It doesn't. That's fun. And to be honest, the rate this thing accelerates, I could just thrash it now. Yeah, I'm going to thrash it. There you go. Yeah, because obviously the gives probably have to train length on there, but it's just not controllable. I'll try and go up for that, like I say, because what background stuff do I need is the problem. I've got everything. A couple of JPAs we can go miss, I guess. But like, that's it. That's for the modern railway. In case you're like, what on earth is she going on about? So that's the other thing with this die is you can get fast for very long. That'll be the 30 for going through Maidstone. Oh crap. You know, I'm saying, Compass, see how long the brake's taking to come off? Like the flow indicator is still going. That means the rest of the train is still braking. It'll drop off gradually. But I'm trying to use power to sustain it at speed. And like basically pull against the brakes. Yeah, this is Maidstone now approaching. I recognise it well. It's fun that I've not actually sort of done notes for this. Normally I do notes for route learning. But today it's just happy little driving. And I'm actually doing quite well. I was at the start. We had the issues. So why is there a 45 repeater there and a 30 here? I think we get put straight down the middle, so we stick at 30. Yeah, I've got no adverse signal, so we would have signalled across, right? Yeah, we're going straight down the middle. And this is Maidstone West. If you remember what my fans knows back in the day, it used to basically float between Maidstone and Maidstone Barracks, which is this station here, and Maidstone East, this station. This is a station I'd love to actually use, Maidstone East. So Maidstone East is actually quite a new build station. Basically, one night this curve's quite gradual. How drunk was he? Basically, drivers coming down from London hiss, and I mean pissed, and basically fall asleep at the wheel. Train falls over, and it's carrying steel coil, which comes out off the back of the train and demolishes the station building. So it's like 6 months to get it back up and running, to be fair to them, which is genuinely quite impressive. And that was sort of one of the big events that triggered safety in the UK. Like occasionally, sort of what feels like quite big events. So stuff like I say, like the Maidstone East. Let's roll by from a footbridge perspective. From bridge perspective. And like in battery effects change. Just the amount of dust falling off this with my train. Like, I'm like, I wonder how much weight we've actually lost since leaving Allington, because we've been on the go for like, call it 6 hours. Could be like 10 plus kg per wagon? Question mark. Right, now we are basically going to start slowing off soon because we are going to be stopping to reverse into Allington sidings, which are not too far. But we want to get back up to 30, which is close to wrong, because it does pop out on you. Oh god, I'm thrashing it much too hard here. Oh, I saw the producers in London on Saturday, which is a really weird time to see that show. Which is basically a show that's written by a Jewish writer whose name escapes me right now. But basically, the whole point is they've split them over the producers, and basically producers just figure out that they can make more money for themselves with a flop than with a with a successful play. So they do Springtime for Hitler, and it's basically they find this play in Nazi, and they just do everything they can to make it awful, and it's very good. Technically very good, but the timing of it just feels very off because it's very much it was written in the 60s, I think, and that point WW2 still very much a deep memory for a lot of people. But basically, my main criticism of the show is the timing. The far right in the UK is on the rise right now, and I think if we need something, we need to play a hey. Remember this Hitler guy, yeah? He was actually like, whilst he's one of the worst humans to walk this earth, there was a reason he got elected. And that's just, I feel like that's very much forgotten nowadays. This is Allington sidings we're coming up on now. So I've got a half brake application. So what would happen is we'd probably get checked down much slower. I'll lean out the window and get a 25-mile handover of walkie-talkie from the shunter. Let's just pack brakes on a bit, and the shunter will be at the entrance. So we'll get down to like 10. Basically, then get talked in by the shunter. So, you know, it's not meters to go. Dot 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 dot. Brakes take forever to come off. Remember, you can hear the squealing of the brakes kicking on still, or being kicked on, I should say. There you go. Brakes are now off at the back. So how long ago did I neutralise the reverse? You know, the brake controls there. It's very much, and this isn't the longest this train could be. I probably could have put another 5 wagons in it, and it would have been fine. This is on the short side for one of these. I thought a 59 pulse, sorry. So what happened there? No, that wasn't even a DSD. That was just, so there's some sort of implementation of TPWS that just kicked off me. Because, yeah, and it just flashed the brakes on. So sorry about that. I smashed it on the right place. Like I say, we've reached out the window, got the walkie-talkie. We're now being talked down. So we will be blocking this foot crossing for a short while. You're backing train in. So basically, we'll put the train in. We'll do this part of the video because you can't really replicate that process properly. That's the limitations of these workings is they can't be emptied in the game. So this, even though this is a functioning unloader, as far as the game is concerned, you can't actually unload over it. These workings over it, I should say. Yeah. Like that. So there's a PV that's just been named Control Alt Delete. So we're going to put the brake on, put the brake in, and basically, it's probably a manual throw. Someone's going to throw the points behind the train. Oh, well, actually, not block the side. We'll go this side. That's rather nice of us. And yeah, the points have just been set for us. So there's going to be someone there to stop people crossing. So anyway, that is going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe to see more from me on a regular basis. Until next time, bye-bye.